Hi everyone, I am David Mclaughlin, Healthcare Support Worker, Education and Development Lead for NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde, and I am here today to discuss how did I get here. My life in formal education wasn't the easiest. I struggled with dyslexia and leaned towards a more vocational approach to learning. I left school in fifth year after really struggling with my dyslexia and my mental health. After a year of working, I decided to return to school for my sixth year and just try my best. At the end of sixth year, I left with 3 Intermediate 2 passes, and I thought I wouldn't be able to move on into a career because I didn't have any hires. It's drummed into us from a young age that we must have hires to go to university to make the most of our education and turn it into a career. However, the simple truth is we don't. We make our own future and we achieve whatever we put our minds to. I started working as a community social care support worker after caring for a family member who was palliative, and I fell in love with the job. I enjoyed the interaction with clients and their families and trying to support them as much as we could. I'd done that job for about 3.5 years before getting my first job in the NHS. I always wanted to work for the NHS because seeing firsthand the amazing work that nurses, healthcare support workers, medical staff had done for my family throughout the years. I started in the NHS in a fast paced respiratory ward. I loved working as a healthcare support worker, connecting with patients and their families, much like I did when I was a community social care support worker. Working on the fast paced ward with acutely unwell patients gave me a really good learning experience. I wanted to learn more, so I reached out to my clinical area's practice education facilitator. They suggested using the Healthcare Support Worker Learning Framework and joining the Healthcare Support Worker Advisory Group at NES. While being on the advisory group at NES, I learned a lot more about the learning framework and the 4 pillars of practice. When the post for Healthcare Support Worker Education and Development Lead was advertised, I thought I would apply my knowledge of the learning framework and the 4 pillars of practice and apply for the post. I was lucky enough to be the successful candidate and started working in the role in August 2021. Since then, I've been lucky enough to work in some great projects for healthcare support workers and increase awareness of some of the development opportunities available to healthcare support workers.